All right, we're going to get started here, everybody. Officially, welcome to Survive to Thrive. Happy Wednesday. For those of you who are new to the call, glad you're here. Please come again. Tell your friends. Let's keep growing. Wednesdays are script and role play day. We are going to stay right here today. We're going to lead off with the question game. And if you want to play, put your digital hand up in the air because I'll call on you. And if I don't get any hands, then I'm just going to call on you. So here's how this works. Ask as many questions as you can. And the goal here is understanding that people will never change their mind, but they will make a new decision based on new information. And one of the best ways to help people make that new decision based on new information is by asking questions. Be strategic, all right? If you're asking a yes/no question, it should be to set up the next question. If you're using tie downs, use tie downs when you know what the answer is going to be. As in, for example, if I had an offer on my home, on your home, a full price offer closing in 30 days cash, Michael, you would want me to bring you the offer, wouldn't you? Okay. Now, you might get somebody who's a smart ass on the phone who says no, but most of the time with normal people, you're going to hear yes. So it's just to set up the next question. So be strategic, and we're going to get started with Sean. I've only got one hand in the air right now, so I'm calling on the next person as soon as Sean is done. You do not have a clock on you today. What I want you guys to do is listen to the questions. Remember, this is being recorded. Write down what you like. How many questions did they ask? How many of those questions are keepers versus throwaways? Okay, with that, Sean, you're up.
All right, my Wi-Fi seems to be a little spotty. Okay, um, if your home was still on the market 6 months from now, how would that make you feel? How did you choose your first agent? Has the market rejected our price? What does a successful transaction look like for you? Where are you going when your house sells? What's important about going to that area? If I could show you more ways, if I could show you how to sell your time for more money, would that be an interest to you? If I had a full price offer, would you want me to bring it to you? That's all I got right
Okay, no
there.
worries. No worries. I told you no timer. There is no timer, but as soon as you take a break of more than a couple seconds, we're moving on to the next person. The goal here is make it fun, make it challenging. I want to put pressure on you. So if it feels like, John, you're just turning up the heat, you're right. I am. Let's go, Joanne.
I'm also doing expired. So, John, when a home like yours that should have sold but didn't, it's usually one of three things: presentation or pricing, marketing, presentation, or price. In your opinion, which one of those do you think it is? John, is it possible that you can keep your home and not sell it? If the market does not bring you X amount for your home, what's plan B? When your home does sell, where is it that you're going? How did you pick your first agent? What did that agent do for you that you did like? How did that agent communicate with you? Or what was your communication plan when you were on the market? When do you plan to put the
Oh,
home back on the market?
you barely made it. You barely made
I'm,
it. But the red X buzzer sound was getting ready to go right there.
it went off.
Right. So, what kind of feedback are you hearing? Uh, if the market rejects your price, what's plan B?
Did you have any offers when the home was on the market?
What do those offers look like? If you got the same offer today, what would you do? If you knew that was the highest price you were going to get, what would you do? If you rejected that offer only to find out 6 months from now your home is actually worth less than the amount you were offered, how would you feel about that? All right, let's go, Matthew. Matthew Kemps. Sorry, I know we got
Okay.
Matthews here.
What's prompting you to sell your home at this time?
Okay.
Ideally, when would you like to have your home sold and moved out?
Mhm.
Have you found your next home and are you still searching? Where is that next home?
Mhm.
What's important to you in the home selling process? Are there any specific concerns you have about selling? Have you sold a home before? If so, what was that experience like? How do you define a successful home sale?
Mhm.
How do you determine the price that you've currently displayed to me as the current market value? Where did you come up from that original pricing? Are you familiar with what homes in your neighborhood have been selling for recently? Have you had a recent appraisal done on your property? What do you think that valuation came in at, and do you remember what it was? Is there a minimum price you'd be willing to sell your property for? If there was a certain number that I could say I'll present to you right now, what would that number be?
Mhm.
How flexible are you when it comes to negotiations on the property? Are you willing to pay a buyer's agent commission? Okay, you got me.
Man, I was just going to say, who thinks Matthew can just keep going forever here? Because I was getting ready to put the brakes on you there, just because it didn't look like you're going to run out of steam there. Good stuff.
Matt kept looking down. I think he was looking at a cheat sheet, huh?
Okay. It's totally okay.
You know what, Brian? I'll take as
kidding.
much shit there.
Yeah. There's a lot of gray space here, guys. Nobody ever said you can't have the questions written down in front of you. So, Michael Wiseman, let's go.
Okay. John, if I were able to bring you a full price offer, would you want to see it?
Mm.
John, when you sold your home, what was the next move? What was your plan?
Mm.
John, what's taking you down to Tampa?
Mm.
Okay. John, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being you could take it or leave it, 10 being you'd like to be in Tampa yesterday, where do you fall on that scale?
Mm.
John, what would happen if we're talking 3 months ago? How would you feel if you're still in the house and not yet in Tampa? John, if you knew that by waiting 3 months could cost you $35,000 to $50,000 of equity, what would you say right now?
Mm.
Okay, John, if we were able to bring you a full price offer now without having to put it fully on the market and just expose it to 87,000 agents in my brokerage network, okay, might that be helpful to get you to your goals in Tampa? Right.
Okay.
John, what's your biggest fear right now?
Like that question.
Okay, we'll hold it there. So,
All right. Leave with a good one, right? Okay, Brian Copeland, you're up.
John, where does your heart stop? What happens if the market goes down over the next 12 months? What can we do to present your home better to buyers? What does your perfect experience look like? How long will it take us to sell your home at this current price? What are you looking for in the perfect agent? Where are you going and why? What happens if you can't get there?
Mm.
I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Really good stuff here, guys. So remember that we are more motivated by avoiding pain than we are by going towards pleasure. So think harm's way questions. If you knew your home was worth more today than it would be in the next 5 years, what would you do? If you waited to sell your home only to find out that your home was worth $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 less than it is today, how would you feel about that? Would you potentially regret that? If you were to rent your home out, because plan B is going to be, I'm just going to rent it. If you were to rent your home, what's your greatest fear? If you get a tenant in that property who's not paying rent and you have to evict them, how much money is that going to cost you? If you get a tenant that you evict and you get the property back with $10,000 worth of damage, are you okay with that? If the answer is no to that question, then renting your home is no longer plan B. So what's plan B now? All right, let's transition to, unless anybody else wants to play the question game, raise your hand. I've got you. And you can jump back in here and do it. Okay, Charlene, let's go. You're on mute.
Okay, so this is for sale by owner.
Love it.
Did you receive any offers on your home? What did those offers look like? How long do you plan on selling by owner before you decide to hire a professional like me? What's your plan B?
Mm.
What does a good buyer look like to you? If you were the buyer, would you be driving around looking for sale by owners, or would you be working with a professional like me?
Mm.
Uh,
If you were the
and
real estate agent working with a buyer, go, Charlene.
can I share what a good buyer looks like to me?
Yes.
A good buyer is someone who just sold their home and needs to purchase within the next 30 days, or someone who's from out of town and here for the weekend looking for a place to live.
Makes sense.
And
Yeah.
if you're not attracting one of those buyers, who are you attracting?
All
I'm
right.
just throwing that in there.
Well done, Charlene. Well done. Well done. You know, for sell by owners, garage sale script, watch script, just to give you guys a couple tips if that's ringing any bells for anybody and they want to jump in here and go for it, go for it. Russ, you're up. You're on mute too. You're still on mute. There you go.
Good to go?
You are.
Okay. What made you fall in love with this home when you bought it? What's your favorite memory here? If you could take one thing besides personal belongings from this house with you to the next one, what would it be? What do you hope the next owners will love most about this home? What's driving your decision to sell right now? How would selling this home improve your life? If we could get your home sold quickly for a great price, what would that mean to you and your family? What's your biggest concern about the selling process? Tell me about your dream home, the next home. What does it look like? Where do you see yourself in a year? What's one thing you're most excited about in your next move? How soon would you like to be settled into your new home? What do you think makes your home special compared to others in the area? What's most important to you in an agent? Have you thought about pricing yet? Do you know how much homes in your area are selling for? What would an ideal selling experience look like for you? If you could sell your home for top dollar in the least amount of time, would you be ready to get started? I'll stop there.
Wow. Anybody else impressed? Right, Victoria? I see Victoria nod her head. Victoria, I also saw you lean in. You're doing the same thing I am. Like, who the hell is this guy?
I've been writing down questions for like weeks. So I have this list I'm going off since from all the meetings.
You're doing amazing.
So a lot of those are y'all's already.
Well, love it. That was value. Matthew Kemps, back at us. Talk to me.
What do you need from me?
Your hands up.
Oh, I just never took it down.
Okay. Objections. You're at the closing table. It's time to close. Your close is, are you ready to get started? Who's ready to go with that? I'm going to just pick somebody like 1, 2, 3, put a hand up or I'm going to you. All right. Fair enough. Let's see. Michael Wiseman. Close.
Sure. So John, are you ready to get started?
There you go.
Okay.
So not yet. I mean, I like everything you said, but no, not yet.
Okay, understood. John, let me ask you, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being I'm counting the seconds to you're out my front door, or 10 being I believe you're the right agent to get this house sold. Where are we right now?
Oh man, you're great. I would say you're a 9.
A 9. Okay, pretty high. John, what would it take us to move to a 10?
Yeah, I think your commission's too high.
Okay, John, other than feeling that the commission is too high, is there anything else that would stop us from getting started today?
There you go. So isolate the objection. Well done. Michael, can you turn isolate the objection into a close?
I would say, John, so it sounds like other than right now feeling the commission is too high, you're ready to get started. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's correct.
Okay, perfect. Let's do this. I'm a deal maker and not a deal breaker. Okay. So the question is my commission negotiable? Absolutely. It's always negotiable, just not right now.
Huh.
Okay. When we get into the heat of negotiations, if I need to adjust my commission to pull this deal together, I absolutely will.
Good job.
Okay.
Good job. So, Michael, so well done. Here's what I was looking for when I asked the question, can you turn this to a close? Michael, if I were willing to lower my fee, would you hire me today?
Yep.
Okay. Can I share with you why that concerns me? All right, who wants to pick up from right there? Guys, you know the script. We've been doing this for over a year. Can I share with you why that concerns me? Brian, go.
John, can I share with you why giving you my commission right here at your kitchen table concerns me?
Go for it.
What's going to happen when we get a $500,000 offer on your home,
Huh.
but we're really asking $550?
Huh.
Do you want me to just wave the white flag and just tell you to accept it? Or do you want me to go to battle for you?
Well, I expect you to go to battle for me.
Right. That's right. So, and that's why I'm sitting here with you, because I will. So that's the exact same thing as where we're sitting right now. I have to learn to fight for myself so I can fight for my clients, right? So you have somebody on your side who's willing just not to take the first offer in front of them. And so what we're going to do today, John, is we're going to agree to work together. And I am going to give you my word right now that if we are close to making a deal and I have to give something up, we're going to go and get that done. Are you ready to sign right now?
Okay. Yeah, you got me. I'll list my house with you. You're amazing. Can I give you my response on that? Somebody has to say yes, so I'm just going to say
Please
yes.
do.
Okay, thank you for that. So, loved Brian's response. And Brian, this is not me correcting you. This is just a different version of that script. Okay, so let's see. Brian, if I were to lower my fee, would you hire me today?
Maybe.
Brian's going to play hardball. Okay, so real life situation.
Yes, John, I would hire you.
No, and yeah, it's if you get maybe, follow it up. Brian, if I were willing to work for free, would you hire me today?
Yes, I like you.
Okay, there we go. So you're going to meet with other real estate agents. You've probably already met with a few. And because you're meeting with other real estate agents, you're going to meet with somebody who needs to take your listing. I mean, they're desperate to put a sign in your yard. And they're going to tell you anything you want to hear, including giving away their money just to put a sign in your front yard. Now, if you hire a limited service discount agent, throw the competition under the bus, guys. If you hire a limited service discount agent and your asking price is $550, you're going to tell them your bottom line is $525. I know you're going to because you told me. Now, when they get an offer on your home, if they give away their money that they use to support their family that quickly, how quickly are they going to give away your money when there's an offer on your home? In other words, they get that offer for $510, and their response to the other agent is, that's awesome because I know he'll take $525. And you just sold your home for $525 when you could have sold it for $550.
That would not be good.
Now, I'm a fierce negotiator. And I'm getting an average, you guys need to know your numbers, okay? I'm getting an average of 98% of the asking price on my listings, selling an average of 3 to 4 listings every 30 days and an average of less than 30 days on the market. The average in our market is about 93%. So on average, I'm getting 5% for my clients, selling their home in half the time that the average home sells for. I'm a fierce negotiator. And when we have an offer on your home, if I need to give up money, I will, because I'm a deal maker, not a deal breaker. Are you ready to get started?
Yes.
Okay. All righty, guys, talk to me. Questions, comments, ahas, bring them.
There's so much information that comes at you, even if you're trying to write it down. I always have to go back and look at these, but just an incredible job by you and Brian there at the end. The one thing I will say is every time, it took me a while to realize this, is that John's giving us an outline on what to say. deviating from that in the moment is okay, as long as there's a strategy behind it.
Right. That's right. I love it whenever Kevin puts up his hand. You know, I know this guy, and so much respect for you, Kevin. So, you know, inquiring minds want to know. I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
Well, thanks for building the cult of personality about me. I appreciate it. I'm from Russia after all, so here we go. So Stalin has taught you well. Okay. Actually, there's a very interesting psychological principle of cutting to the bone marrow, because there's a very delicate line between being nosy, being, let's say, like a pit bull, you know, grabbing at the ankle and not letting go, versus being professional, versus being actually inquisitive and acting as a trusted advisor. If you psychologically let yourself be a lay down, and if you are not as a authority figure, as a, you know, doctor in a white lab coat, you would not be perceived as such.
Right.
Therefore, there's, you know, literally, you are probably better off to be overqualifying than underqualifying.
That's right.
Because you know what typically happens if you don't qualify the person and you go to an appointment, you know there's going to be always objection handlers that if you have not handled them up front, you have to handle them right there. And that is maybe not the best way to do it. Therefore, pre-qualifying maybe on the phone is the best first thing there is. Of course, in person is the second best thing there is. So there is that delicate balance. So whenever somebody is afraid to be asking these questions, do not be afraid. Things get better, because if you don't ask them, somebody else will, and they will get the listing.
There you go.
Period. End of story.
I was just going to say, know when to drop the mic. You had it right there. All right. Guys, did you get value today? Raise your hand.
100%.
There you go. There you go. All right.
John, the speed questions is it's always incredibly challenging.
Oh.
You know, if you're looking at it blindly, not having notes, like just rapid fire, it's tough. Like it would be fun to have a competition, like a tournament of champions one day when we all get better.
Let's do it.
Yeah, it's meant to be. It is meant to be. What do I got? What do I tell you guys all the time? The conversation is not over until you run out of questions. Somebody is going to outscript somebody. The seller is going to either outscript you or you're going to outscript the seller. You're going to get outscripted when you run out of questions.
Well, and it's not even asking questions. It's asking like thought-provoking questions. It's even harder.
Well, that's what I said in the beginning. I said, listen to the recording and decide which one are keepers and which one are throwaways.
The rule I use, John, is your next question is in their last answer. Almost always.
I like that.
This is if you're not sure what to ask next. Your next question is in the last answer.
Yeah, I like that. So good. All right, I'll give you one. Go ahead, Brian.
I was just, you know, I would love to get a Google Doc with all of us where we just list all of our questions and then we can all go through it and try to refine the best ones for different situations. Would be really helpful for, I think, everybody.
You know, I'm not going to give away secrets here, but there's somebody on this call who's already creating that.
Maybe MW could be his initials.
How did you know that?
Brian, I know Brian.
He's a beast.
Hey, Brian, as a matter of fact, you can go to ChatGPT and put in any prompt in ChatGPT and ask it, hey, create me a script in the format of John Dietz. Boom, and it's gonna go do that. Or create me a script in the format of Mike Ferry, and it's gonna go do that. You can do anything you want now with that. Yeah, amazing.
That's good stuff. It would be helpful for all of us.
I don't want to know what ChatGPT has to say about John Dietz, so I'm not doing that. All right, everybody, make it a great day.
Bye, y'all.
All right, bye.
Thank you, John.
My pleasure.
Thank you, John.
All right.
Good day, everyone.
My pleasure.
Thanks.
Great day.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.
All right, go get them, guys.